Carbon Dino football on the peak. KRPX 95.3 FM. Carbon Dino football, powered by Castle Country Radio on KRPX 95.3 The Peak and online at castlecountryradio.com. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Sonny Buscarini and Aidan Mortensen.
Welcome to Carbon Dino football here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play tonight. We are in Cedar City, Utah, on the campus of Cedar High. It's Cedar Reds, number 1 in the state, against the Carbon Dinos, last regular season game of the 2025 football season. Welcome again, everybody, to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. I'm Sonny Buscarini. Joining me is Aidan Mortensen here in the Sutherland's broadcast booth. And as we said, the Dinos, they get an opportunity tonight here, the last game of the season, as they battle the Cedar Reds. They're 9-0 in overall, 5-0 in region play, ranked number 1 in 3A. And Aidan, this is why you play the games tonight. The Dinos have an opportunity to pull a major upset against a Cedar High team that has played incredible football through the 25 season.
That they do, Sonny, and it doesn't get much more storybook than this. You look at the Dinos roster, injury depleted all the way up and down. They've really been bit by the injury bug this season. We counted roughly about 25 players suiting up for the Dinos today against a complete Cedar squad with a line full of seniors tonight on senior night, but the tall task lies ahead of them. But like you said, this is why we play the games. The Dinos have a chance to shock the world today.
Absolutely. Dinos come in 2-7, 0-5 in region play. The last RPI rankings that came out, they were sitting number 12. So it's the Carbon Dinos and Cedar tonight here on the road, the last regular season game. And Aidan, as we take a look at the last RPI rankings, a new one will come out on tomorrow.
Or Saturday, yeah.
Saturday, I'm sorry.
You play these on a Thursday,
That's right, that's right. It'll be out on Saturday. Taking a look at the latest one, it was Ben Lomond, number 13, Carbon 12, Union 11, Logan 10, Ogden 9, North St. Pete 8, Canyon View 7, Richfield 6, Grantsville 5, Manti 4, Juab 3, Morgan 2, and Cedar 1. That's the rankings for 3A going into the last week of regular season play.
And we're going to see a shakeup for sure heading into Saturday. North St. Pete defeating Juab last night. Kind of shocking the world on that one. So it's a week full of upsets that are already in the air, Sonny. But if you are a Dino fan, you are hoping that the Grantsville Cowboys and the Richfield Wildcats flip-flop when it comes to the RPI rankings, mainly because we've seen Richfield before, and we've seen how the Dinos defense can handle the Wildcats. I think that's a much more favorable offense than facing something completely unknown in the Grantsville Cowboys.
Head coach for Cedar is Ty Hyatt. In his second year, having a very successful year, as we said, 9-0. Their offense is a power spread.
Yeah, and you look at it, Sonny, it's a very balanced attack. They're passing the ball well, they're running the ball well, and it all gets started with the play caller, Everett Kelling. 92.7 rush yards per game, goes along with 13 rush touchdowns, and that's only what he's been able to accomplish on the ground. You look at his passing stats, 1,926 pass yards with 21 passing touchdowns to his name. What's most impressive about this, Sonny? 2 interceptions throughout the year.
Yep.
That's a stellar touchdown to interception ratio that Kelling has been able to acquire throughout this season.
Absolutely. Taking a look at their defense, 4-2-5. Now the Dinos tonight on the offensive side, Aidan, how do they attack this 4-2-5 defense?
Well, Sonny, I think it's going to come down to running the ball and running that clock. We talked about it. Cedar, a very high-powered offense with that power spread. You're going to want to limit them to as little opportunity as you possibly can, and you can do that by establishing that run. And we saw a real kickstarter for this offense last week in Caden Dunn, making his switch from quarterback over into the running back slot. Cameron Rigby, the sophomore, stepping up as quarterback. But Dunn had himself a very impressive game in the running back slot. 82 rush yards to go along with 1 touchdown, as that comeback last week fell short against the Manti Templars.
And on the defensive side for Cedar, Dominic McGarvey, 4 sacks, 41 tackles, 9 of them for loss.
And you look at their stats, Sonny, they are only allowing 21.5 points per game while putting up 43.5. That's a complete dominance on the offensive side. And they're not too shabby defensively either. But if the Dinos want to establish the run, they're going to have to find a way to contain Dominic McGarvey. And that's hard to do when you have several offensive line starters out with injury.
Yeah, and take a look at the running back, Braxton DeMille. I'm looking forward to seeing him 119 yards per game.
I'm always a big fan of a good running back, Sonny, and we've seen our fair share of them throughout the year. An area in which the Dinos have kind of struggled at times is stopping the interior run. Running backs seem to be able to break through that initial line and get well into the secondary before being brought down, picking up about 10 yards per carry. The Dinos just need to find a way to batten down the hatches and make better contact at the line of scrimmage to halt what's going to be a potent rushing attack from Braxton DeMille.
So take a look at the Carbon Dinos now. Head coach Nick Milovich in his first year for the Dinos, 2-7 overall, running the shotgun wing T offense.
Yeah, and it's worked very well. It's had moments where, like any offense, you'd like to see a little more execution on it, but the concepts are absolutely there, and they do a good job of running it. Last year we saw the air raid offense come on into center stage for the Dinos, and that did a lot. I mean, you had a very talented receiving core, you had a talented quarterback in Stockton Kennedy, but when the passing game got shut down, they had times where they struggled to run the ball. That hasn't really been a problem with this team this year. They're able to pass the ball and they're able to run the ball, posing a bit of a dual threat to defenses.
Taking a look at the defensive side, multiple, but primary 4-2-5.
Yeah, that 4-2-5 is something you're going to be seeing very common, that four-man front at the defensive line, applying just enough pressure and filling up those gaps well enough that most coaches seem to go with it. We are seeing a bit of a shift, though, across the state into more of a three-man look with an additional linebacker, but, that's neither here nor there tonight, both teams in that 4-2-5.
Taking a look at Carbon defense, the junior linebacker number 30, Daxton Maurer, 89 tackles.
Yeah, he is going to be
He's a beast.
He is a homing missile, Sonny, when he locks eyes with the ball carrier. 89 tackles. I think he's going to break into triple digits at this point of the season. And in my opinion, Sonny, as a linebacker, that makes for a good all-state campaign. 7 of those tackles coming for a loss as well as a sack to his name. Maurer also taking up running back duties as of late. Had himself a rushing touchdown in last week's contest against Manti.
Senior cornerback number 1, Trace Crespin, 46 tackles. He will see both sides of the ball as well.
Yeah, he plays a lot of offense as well as really locking down defensively. He does a good job in trying to keep things in check. You rarely see balls get thrown at him because he's just a lockdown corner. He plays stellar man-to-man coverage, and when they set him into his zone, he's liable to be a real interception threat.
And let's talk a little bit about Tager Timothy. I'll let you talk about him. He does a little bit of everything. He's the guy that we mentioned his name a lot because he's everywhere.
Yeah, I think a little bit of everything is poor phrasing, Sonny. He does a lot of everything. He
Absolutely.
is all over the place, returning kicks, running up and down the field, offensively catching passes, taking snaps. When it comes to the extra point and special teams department, Sonny, he does an incredible job in the terms that he is 14 of 15 on extra points this season. If he is to connect on 2 more, he ties the Carbon High School record 3, and he claims that record for himself. 2 of 3 on field goals on the year as well.
So Dinos averaging 17 points per game, allowing 34 points per game. So tonight they come here finishing out the season, game number 10. Hard to believe that we're there playing the number 1 team in 3A, hasn't lost a game. What do the Dinos do here to start this game? What's important for the Dinos? What do they have to do to start this game to make this a game that you said they have a great opportunity tonight to pull a major upset?
Well, you got to control the pace, Sonny. You can't let Cedar City dictate how this game is going to be played. You limit their offensive opportunities, and you run this as effectively as you can. You get to the line of scrimmage, and you're not snapping that ball until that ref throws up 5 seconds left on the play clock. You run it down. You let the game slow down to such a pace where you're controlling how it goes. You're dictating when Cedar has the ball. You limit those opportunities, and that's when frustration really starts to come in on the field. And when that happens, Sonny, mistakes are bound to follow.
So we got Dave Hokinson on the camera tonight, Aiden Mortensen here in the booth with me, Sonny Buscarini. Sit back, relax, and enjoy some Carbon Dino football. Now, tomorrow on Castle Country Radio, we will be in Emory. Jordan Buscarini who does a great job. He covers Emory. He will be there tomorrow night.
And he does, Sonny. It's going to be an interesting night. It feels like a must-win for the Spartans as they face the Delta Rabbits to close out the season. Potential home playoff implications on the line with a win.
So Jordan and Travis will be at Emory tomorrow night. So we got high school games on the Castle Country networks on Thursday and Friday. Once again, sit back, relax. It is the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. It's the Carbon Dinos against the Cedar High Reds. We'll take a break. When we come back, more right after this.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cache Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cache Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist, and here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a four-legged word.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Football on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Sonny Buscarini, Aiden Mortensen, Dave Hoganson on camera tonight, bringing you the action here from Cedar High School. It's a beautiful night. The band sounds great tonight here at Cedar. There's not hardly a cloud in the sky. It's just a great night to finish out the regular season for the Carbon Dinos tonight here, playing number 1 Cedar High. Jordan got together with head coach of the Carbon Dinos, Nick Milovich, earlier today. Had an interview with him, and we'll play that interview for you right now.
Coach, always a pleasure. I appreciate you making time again today. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you, Jordan, for having me.
Definitely, Coach. We are here a Thursday night game, and in fact, in just a couple of hours, you guys will take the field and take on the Cedar team. I know it's a very tall task, and we'll talk about Cedar in just a moment. But what I do want to get your perspective on, Coach, is last week's game. Final home game of the year, you take on Manti, and it's 42-0 Manti, and we did see some semblance of success in the second half, and I know there's context to everything, but at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is your team found a way to score 21 points in the second half, and I'm assuming that had to be the positive that you're hoping to build off of.
We've got to look at everything that way is what can we build on, and it's so easy to be negative and to harp on the things we can't do, but I was sure proud of the kids not giving up. We've been on teams where I've seen just total give up, and even when they put another platoon in or another squad in and things like that. And so I was thrilled to see that they will keep fighting. It's something that we tried to instill at the beginning of the year when we took over, not to give up, and hopefully they can build on that they can do things once they see that they can execute.
Yeah, and one thing I have never seen in a high school football game for as long as I've been doing this, it was the first time I've ever seen a team have the mercy rule in play and lose the mercy rule. It doesn't matter if it's the second unit, third unit that's out there on the field. I've never seen that done before, and you guys managed in the final minute to get the mercy rule off. I mean, I don't know if you view that as a positive, but I will say I've never seen anyone do that before.
No, we like I said, we'll take our small victories where we can, and I'll tell the community you've got a bunch of boys that will not give up when adversity hits, and I just think that speaks to their character and their determination and their willingness to want to compete, and I hope people see that, and so. We appreciate the kind words, and like I said, we'll keep trying our best and control what we can control.
Let's talk about some of the individuals, Coach. So you go with Camden Rigby, a sophomore at quarterback, and when you put Camden in at quarterback, that moves Caden Dunn, who has been the quarterback the majority of the season, into the backfield. And Caden actually did a pretty solid job on the ground, had 19 carries for 73 yards. That's around 4 yards per carry. He did have a long 16-yard run. He did score a touchdown. When you look at the transition of taking a quarterback and putting him in the running back spot, how happy are you with what you're seeing from Caden in that role?
Oh, extremely happy. And Caden's been getting thrown around in positions this whole year, and so just his ability to adapt, his willingness to do what he's asked has been great. The kid's just an athlete, and so just putting him in a spot where he can succeed and help the team has just been awesome, and we're grateful that he agreed to do so and is willing to do so.
Yeah, I don't think you can ever overstate the importance of seeing a kid and the listed position is ATH. That speaks volumes in today's realm in football. And we see this at every level below the NFL. We see the athlete tag. And I think anytime you see that athlete tag, at least for me when I'm prepping for a game, you make note of that kid and you go back and you research and you see all the different ways he's being used. The athlete position is so important in the high school game.
Yes, absolutely. And the cool thing is our little team has a few of those kids, and it's just been so nice to just plug and play them, and it does put a little bit of extra pressure on their shoulders, but it's pretty cool to see them taking that pressure and trying to make the most of it. So it is awesome to have.
With that being said, Camden moves into the quarterback spot, and I know you guys are down offensively with one of your top options in Maddox Wilson. So you put Camden into this really difficult spot as a sophomore going up against a really, really good football team in Manti. Coach, going back and looking at the tape, what were some of the things that you liked from Camden in this start against Manti?
I thought composure for the first little bit, and not being rattled by the moment, I thought was wonderful. Rather, it was handing off the ball. I know he had a couple of interceptions and things like that, but I think that's just football, and credit to Manti's defense for being able to sniff that out, and making good plays on that. But I thought he handled himself pretty well for being in there and hearing all the noise of who Manti is, and he's heard the same thing. I mean, these kids aren't dumb. They do their own research and things like that, and it could have been just so easy just to crumble and to say, nope, I'm not doing it. But the kid's tough. The kid takes over practice and calls plays and has soaked everything up in such a short time. And how could you ask for more from a kid? So as a coach, that's kind of one of those pride moments in your team and in your athletes.
No question. When you have a sophomore playing at the varsity level, and I don't care if the pass is complete, incomplete, or intercepted, but when you have a sophomore that has the confidence to climb the pocket and take a pop against one of the top 3A teams in the state, that's a kid that doesn't lack confidence for that position, Coach. That's what stands out to me. I mean, is that a fair assessment?
Yes, absolutely, and we're thankful for that, and he pops right back up when he takes that shot, and Cam wants to compete like everyone else, and what an awesome thing to have as a coach and as a staff. So we're thankful for Camden Rigby stepping up.
Again, our guest right now is Coach Nick Milovich, the Carbon Dino football team. Coach, let's talk about tonight's opponent in Cedar. They are the real deal. They're a perfect 9-0, 5-0 in region play. It does continue this gauntlet that you guys have had to try to maneuver through in this region. When you look at Cedar, it's a team that many would say should be competing in the 4A classification. They're dominating 3A right now, and they're every bit as good as their record. We can say that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is what it is. The dice fell, and the competition committee put him down there, and so we just got to try not to make excuses with that. And it's just the next team up, and we've got to take it like everyone else we've had this year. We cannot back down with these guys, or it's going to be a very, very, very long night. So we cannot make excuses. We tried to instill that in the kids. We don't care who we're playing. We've got to play our game, control what we can control. But they are going to be tough. But we've got to show up, or it's going to be a long night, like I said.
They have a couple of major weapons on the offensive side of the ball. For those who are unaware, Everett Kelling, the quarterback, I mean, this kid is on his way to throwing for 2,000 yards in a season, which is definitely no easy feat. And he also knows how to take care of the football through the air. Touchdown to interception ratio has been outstanding this year. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Nope. Very comfortable in the pocket, and he's not afraid to run either. So we've got to just keep an eye out on him. And definitely the defensive line needs to try to get in his face a little bit, just to disrupt those passes, and hopefully we can make things happen from there. But this is going to be an all-team effort. We've got to be firing on all cylinders, all three phases of the game. And it's not asking nice anymore. It's just an expectation at this point with our boys, and I think they've accepted the challenge and are ready to go.
Yeah, it seems like one of those teams, Coach, that have a really soft balance offensively, because we just talked about the quarterback on his way to 2,000 yards, Braxton DeMille on the ground. He's over 1,000 yards rushing. When you just take a look at play selection, it does seem like they have found that perfect balance throughout the season, and I guess that's easy to do when you have the athletes that this squad has.
Yep, absolutely, and they're going to be utilizing motion a lot, and so we told our kids to be looking out for the eye candy, so just not necessarily falling for motion, but because he will give it to that back. And like I said, we've got to be in good spots at the right time, and we have to tackle. I think that's been the the thing that we've been trying to improve on week to week is just tackling and wrapping up, and we've got to be on our game tonight for all of that. And they've got killer receivers, and I'm thankful that we're actually healthy in our secondary. So they've got a mighty tall task, but I think they're ready for it.
Obviously, context matters when you take a look at what the defense has allowed so far this year. But, Coach, we've seen Richfield put up 41 points on Cedar. We've seen Canyon View put up 14. We've seen North San Pete shut out. What are some of the things that you have picked up on being the offensive coach that you are that says, okay, we may be able to find success utilizing this aspect?
You know what? I've been super proud of our run game. It seems like that's been the bright spot for this year, and just watching their various opponents and things like that. For the most part, they've been able to not necessarily break off a whole lot, but get little chunks when they can, and I think that's what we're fairly good at is being able to get 3 or 4 at a time. That's going to be the goal tonight. Is just trying to get 4 per carry, and then bleed the clock, and then hopefully just win the time of possession tonight, and hopefully it'll lead to something cool.
Coach, lastly, before I let you go, on Saturday we're going to find out the tournament fate, and I know that's always an exciting day. It does seem like, for the most part, 3A is kind of locked up, right? I think we kind of have an idea before the RPI vanished as the UHSAA pulls it away. I think we kind of know what to expect when we get into to Monday and we start prepping for the state tournament.
Right. So our probable 2 are going to be Grantsville or Richfield. And so when they release it, I believe sometime this weekend and things like that. So we'll be definitely looking, just trying to play fortune teller. I'm assuming it's going to be one of those 2. But our kids are excited and looking, but we've got to try to take care of business tonight before we look for too much further down the road.
Definitely. Coach Nick Milovich again taking out the time to join us. Coach, it's always a pleasure to get you on. I do appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight in Cedar.
Thanks, Jordan, and thank you for everything you do for us.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino Football 95.3 The Peak. This is where you need to be for the Dinos. We're here in Cedar City tonight. Cedar Reds against the Carbon Dinos. The Dinos won the toss. They have deferred. So Cedar will get the ball first. They will go right to left on your dial. They wear their red pants, red jerseys, gold helmet, looking sharp. Dinos tonight coming out in their sharp-looking blue pants, white jerseys, blue numbers, white helmets. The teams are lined up, and Aiden, we're ready for the start of the last regular season game. It's incredible to think that we're here.
No, it's crazy to think as Chile takes the field getting ready for that opening kick. It feels like just yesterday we were coming away with that victory over ALA 34-31, and then the next week down in Grand, dominant victory, putting up their most points since the 2000 season. And now, Sonny, we're all the way here. Final regular season game. Playoffs await for the Dinos coming up next week. Right now, probable opponents looking like the Richfield Wildcats or the Grantsville Cowboys. Grantsville holds a slight edge in the RPI, so gonna want a Grantsville loss and a Richfield win.
DeMille is back along with Parsons to receive the kick for Cedar City. They both stand on the 5-yard line, and we are ready, just waiting for the referee to get things going. Hands the ball off to Chile, and we're ready for the start of tonight's game between the Carbon Dinos and the Cedar Reds. Going to be a good one. Dinos coming in 2-7, 0-5 in region play. Cedar 9-0, 5-0 in region play. RPI rankings, the last one coming out. The Dinos 12, the Cedars 1. Here we go.
Going to be an exciting game, Sonny. Both teams looking excited to be out there tonight, especially the Reds being senior night.
Beautiful night for football, and we are underway as Chile kicks the ball away. Line drive kick will carry to the 10-yard line. DeMille goes to the 15, 20, 25, 30, gets across the 35 or the 37-yard line, and that's where Cedar will start 1st and 10 with the football. just underway here at Cedar High School. Carbon and Cedar 95-3 the Peak, where the Dinos play.
And he came flying up the field something like a bat out of hell, but fell victim to his own moves. My dad always used to tell me, too much sugar and you're going to get a cavity. Too many juke moves, you're going to get brought to the ground, and that was the case for DeMille on the return.
First down, 10 yards to go for Cedar. Ball sitting on the 37-yard line. Long snap count. Back to throw. Quick throw over to the left side. Ball caught at the 35, 40 across the 40, 45-yard line. Nice play by Parsons to get the catch. Nice throw out there by the Cedar Reds, and they get off to a good start with the first down right off the bat.
And quick little jet screen out to the left side. Slade Parson navigates it wonderfully as he gets to the sideline and out of bounds, but not before picking up 10 yards for the Reds.
First down and 10. Everett Killing, the quarterback, wears number 41, a little bit different. There's a handoff up the middle across the 50 to the 49-yard line. The ball carrier, it's Braxton DeMille, and it'll be second down and 5.
And he's able to plow through with some efficiency. We talked about it pregame. The Dinos need to make great first contact on the defensive side of things, halt any gaps from opening up, because that's an area where they've struggled throughout the season. If they can, this is the perfect time to try and put all of that together and come up with a few big stops.
Kelling in the shotgun. Ball sits on the 49-yard line. Second down, we'll call it 5. Man in motion, handoff. Up the middle once again, lots of running room. Across the 30, 25-yard line, big gain on the play of about 17 yards, move the chains, and a first down for Cedar.
That wasn't even a case of getting driven off the line and getting beat, Sonny. DeMille was just able to use his legs wonderfully and navigate through the defensive pile-up and get a big pickup of 17 yards. Just dominance from DeMille early.
Shotgun formation once again for Cedar, 2 to the near side. 1 to the far side. Ball sits on the far hash mark. They go right to left. Man in motions. Martin comes towards us. Snap. Fake to the running back. Rolling out to his left. Throws out in the flat. Has a receiver caught down at the 20-yard line. Making that catch, it's Crane. Braden Crane, the senior, moved the chains on another first down for the Reds.
Yeah, beautiful bootleg action. Got to have a real athlete at quarterback to pull something out as they go hurry up.
I mean, quick hurry up, huh? Give the ball to DeMille up the middle. Running room across the 10 to the 5. Fights his way into the end zone for a touchdown from 20 yards out.
And that was one of those angry runs, Sonny, one that you expect from a player like Derrick Henry or Ashton Genty. DeMille able to just power his way through, asserting his will on the Dinos defense as he bullies his way into the end zone for an early 6.
So DeMille scores with 10:04 left to play in the first quarter on the 20-yard run. And now we'll have the extra point attempt for Cedar to try to make it 7-0. There's the snap and the hold. The kick is up. The kick is good. 10:04 left to play first quarter. Cedar takes it the length of the field. They lead 7-0. When we come back, Dinos get the ball for the first time.
At Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, they believe every home deserves to look its best. Since 2003, Clean Cut Roofing and Siding has been transforming homes and businesses with precision and care, ensuring your peace of mind with every shingle and siding panel installed. Whether you're updating an old look, repairing storm damage, or bringing life back to your storefront, trust them to handle every detail. Visit cleancutroofingsiding.com to schedule your free consultation. Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, where quality meets craftsmanship.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. Carbon and Cedar. Cedar takes the opening kick, and just like we expected, this team has a great offense, and they showed it right off the bat. 7-0, Aiden.
Now, one of the most dominant offenses in 3A on full display on drive number 1 for Cedar.
Kick is away. Crespin will field it on the 5 to the 10, gets across the 15. Tries to go down the left sidelines, has a running room up across the 30 to the 31. He's brought down there, and he had an opening for a slight second down that far sidelines, but Cedar recovers, and it's 1st and 10 for the Dinos on the 31.
And Crespin did a good job navigating closed space into more open running room along the left sideline near the Dinos, but just eventually Cedar was able to catch up behind him and force him out. That's the danger of running along the sideline. It's a desirable position because you rarely find opposition out there, but No foul as a flag did go flying. I'm not used to seeing them yellow anymore, Sonny. It's Pink October. Normally you're going to be seeing them pink in honor of those battling or who have battled breast cancer. Always a terrible disease. I'm glad that we have brought back the Pink October tradition. But he navigated to that sideline. But once you get along there, it's a tightrope walk and you can be easily forced out.
1st and 10 for the Dinos. Cameron Rigby, the sophomore quarterback, wearing number 16 for the Dinos. They go left to right. Ball sits on the far hash mark. Handoff goes to Dunn. Dunn has a bit of running room. It closes quickly, but he picks up 3. And it'll be 2nd down and 7 for Dunn. And we talked about this in the pregame show. The Dinos just need to shorten the game, get yardage, 3 yards, 4 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards, and keep moving the chains.
And one thing I like about Dunn's running style is he's going to fight for every yard possible. He does a good job spinning, trying to fall forward, and get that extra inch or 2.
Pick up a 3, 2nd down, 7. Rigby in the shotgun. 2 running backs on the backfield once again. This time it goes to Maurer, the first man through. He's hit right at the line. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be close. I think he did. And where they mark him, he does. It will be no gain and 3rd down for the Dinos.
And Maurer is a good change of pace back for the Dinos. He brings more of a strong frame to the fray as compared to Dunn's more agile frame. Maurer is a good power back. You want to see him in short yardage situations or in situations where you just want to break through the defensive line.
McGarvey on the stop for Cedar. It's going to be 3rd down, and we'll call it 6. So a pickup of 1 on that last play for the Dinos, and it's going to be, I believe, we'll see who it's going to be on. We got a flag, dead ball, 5-yard penalty against the Dinos. Something that they haven't done all year is really have these 5-yard penalties. And tonight is the night where you really can't have that, because here you had a 3rd down and 6? Now you got a 3rd down and 11. You don't want these situations against this Cedar defense.
Yeah, you negate any good done by Dunn on his 4-yard sprint, and then some as they go back behind the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 11 now for the Dinos. That's a rare mental error like you alluded to. Haven't seen very many of those throughout the season.
Ball sits on the 30, 3rd down. Got to get to the 41 for the Dinos. Rigby in the shotgun. 2 running backs, both standing to the left side. Little jet sweep reverse goes to Timothy, and he cannot get to the outside, barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down. Nice defense by Cedar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders there to knock Timothy out of bounds, and it'll be 4th down for the Dinos, 4th and long.
Now the little reverse and the jet sweep action, Sonny. It's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation, because if it works extremely well. But when the other team starts keying off, and you can tell Cedar's a team that watches film, they're going to be able to bring you down 9 times out of 10, and you lose or get no gain from these.
Brevin Williams back to receive the punt. Lands on the 30. He'll pick it up back at the 25. He's brought down immediately, and that's good coverage by the Dinos. Coming up to make the play is Crespin, and that is good coverage on the punt for the Dinos. 1st and 10 for Cedar. They will start on their own 27.
That was wonderful coverage as Williams thought he was going to pull something sneaky. Lets the punt bounce once before picking it up, trying to make a move. Crespin says no, and shuts it down.
So good special teams play for the Dinos. 1st down and 10 for Cedar. They lead 7-0, 7:39 left first quarter. Kelling, the quarterback. Shotgun formation. Two receivers here to the near side. Ball sits on the far side. Handoff up the middle. DeMel with the carry gets across the 30 to the 34. A nice pickup of about 7. 2nd down and 3 for the Reds.
And he just keeps his leg churning no matter how big the pile gets. He's going to keep plowing forward, and it leads to big gains like that. You can see why he's averaging nearly 120 rushing yards per game.
Braxton stands right next to Kelling. Man in motion comes towards us. They go right to left. Throw over the middle between the hash marks. Caught at the 40-yard line. It'll be enough for a 1st down. Nice defensive play by Dunn to make the stop. Nice catch over the middle by Williams, but 1st down for Cedars. They'll move the chains.
And Brevin Williams just able to get a step ahead of Dunn on the slant route, and that's all you need in a short concept like that. Cedar capitalizes on the opportunity, moves those chains forward.
Nice tackle after the catch by Dunn for him to not make up more yardage. So it's 1st down and 10. Ball sits on the 41. Shotgun formation. Handoff up the middle once again. Gets across the 45, does DeMille. They push the pack up to the 50-yard line. The flag comes out. They're going to mark it at the 50, but that's that rugby stuff that goes on now in football, and they move it from the 45 to the 50. We'll see what the flag is. We'll go down to the official and see what we got.
Face mask, defense, number 67. 5 yards, nothing was run, result in a first down.
So a 5-yard face mask on the Carbon Dinos. That'll move the chains as well. So first down, number 4 for Cedar in the shotgun formation on the Dinos side of the field. First down and 10 on the Carbon 45. Kelling rolls out to his right, throws out to DeMille. He has the ball out in the flat, down the sidelines, all the way down to the 25, 20, knocked out of the 15, and a hard tackle by the Dinos, knocking him out of bounds.
A good shoulder drop coming by way of Crespin, Sonny, able to bring him back down to earth with a little shoulder of authority. I'm not too fond of the face mask call, if I'm being honest. He was thrown while everyone was in the scrum. I don't know how you could have seen a face mask there, but they ultimately get final judgment on calls like that.
Woods also in on the stop for the Carbon Dinos, but move the chains in the first down for Cedar. Ball sitting at the 17-yard line. Shotgun once again. Handoff up the middle, plenty of running room. And I think we're going to see Cedar continue to do this as long as they can push that pile for 10 or 12 yards. That's a 13-yard run and move the chains in a first down as they're down inside the 5-yard line.
A 13-yard run aided by about 8 yards after contact. DeMille just keeps the legs moving, and his offensive line does a good job getting behind him and giving a mighty powerful push, advancing him past the posts and into the red zone. First and goal for the Reds.
So the junior Braxton DeMille having a good first quarter. Shotgun formation once again for the Reds. Kelling with the long snap. Rolls out to his left, now throws back, the little screen pass back the other way. Ball is caught, 10-5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Cedar. So a touchdown for the Reds to make it 13-0.
And they do an excellent job on that play, executing. Sonny, short passing game is often some of the hardest to try and find your way to succeed in. When the field gets taken down to the bare minimum, you have to try and do a lot.
Max Gines, the tight end, with the catch and the touchdown from 5 yards out.
Just a little jet screen, delayed a bit, but Gines able to get it and waltz his way into the end zone in a wide open flat.
Cody Stevenson to attempt the extra point for the Reds, the sophomore, left-footed kicker. Long snap count. Once again, the hold, the kick is up. The kick is good. 5:03 left to play in the first quarter. Cedar showing why they are ranked number 1. 2 offensive possessions, 2 touchdowns. They lead 14-0. The Dinos get the ball back when we return.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino Football 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. Castle Country Radio.
Place you need to be for Dino athletics, Sonny.
It's a place you need to be for everything, right?
Yeah, modern contemporary music, we got it all.
Kick goes out of bounds. So Dinos will have good field position to start their second drive of the game.
And, probably trying to avoid Crespin on the opposite side of the field after his stellar first return, but plan goes very awry as it goes out of bounds, giving the Dinos even better field position to start this drive.
First down and 10 for the Dinos. Ball will sit on the 35-yard line.
Now, Sonny, you still have a chance. You can control the pace of the game.
Sure you can.
Establish the run now and just really assert yourselves in the trenches. The big uglies up front need to get a good push for their running backs as Cedar has been loading the box, throwing a plethora of blitzes the Dinos' way.
Yeah, touchdown here, gets it back to one possession. Quick throw goes out to Sorensen on the right flat. He makes the catch at the 40 and a pickup of 5.
And Cedar on the defense. They're doing a bit of an outside switch stunt on the left side. They have their defensive tackle take a quick step back and then bolt to the outside edge while their defensive end shoots down. Gives some confusion to offensive lines occasionally, but the Dinos able to pick up on it that time.
Sorensen runs a good quick route there for the Dinos and picks up a 5-yard gain on the reception. 2nd and 5. Dunn goes in motion, goes in the slot near hash mark for the Dinos. Throws out to Dunn, and it goes between his hands, incomplete. Falls to the ground. He might have had a little bit of yardage there, but goes through the hands incomplete, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Dinos.
Yeah, junior Togai Bloomfield was ready to blow him up if Dunn was to make that catch. So it's one of those ones, as a player, you might be a little happier that the ball fell out of your hands, but as a coach, you'd rather keep that ball moving forward.
3rd down, 5 for the Dinos. Near hash mark, Dinos go left to right on your dial. If you're listening on 95.3 The Peak, shotgun formation for Rigby. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Fakes the handoff. Rigby rolls right, wants to throw, still looking, goes down back at the 33-yard line. Sack by Cedar. Coming up to make that play.
Rake Marsh getting in on the action, Sonny, alongside Madden Persons. Just a double-decker duo of action for the Reds. Rigby does a good job. He's years beyond his age when it comes to being able to navigate the pocket, but sometimes you can scramble out as far as you want, but sometimes it's best to just throw that ball away.
Dinos will kick the ball away on 4th down. There's a line drive kick. Fielded at the 25-yard line, across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, still on his feet, 45, 40, 35-yard line and brought down. Nice return by Williams, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Cedar as they start on the Carbon side of the field with 3:32 left to play in the first quarter, and they have a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, Brevin Williams been dominant. We haven't seen much from his twin Brayson Williams yet, but both of them seniors celebrated tonight for the Reds. But Brevin has been having himself a game, especially when it comes to kick returns. He has been dominant in that regard.
Ball marked on the 35-yard line, far hash mark, going right to left. Cedar, and they come to the line of scrimmage right from the sidelines. Shotgun formation for Kelling, the quarterback. Man in motion going away from us is Martin. Long snap count. Kelling wants to throw. Stands in the pocket, has all day long to throw. Still looking. Flag comes in. There's a player down for Carbon. He'll roll to the left side to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. We have a flag. We'll see if this is going to stand.
It's in the realm of holding, Sonny, but slightly downfield could be a defensive hold. We saw a little bit of a scrum at the initial line of scrimmage between a defensive back and a wide receiver. But like you mentioned, injured Dino down on the floor. Kelling all the time in the world, though, to make his read. He stood in the pocket for a solid 7 seconds. Yep. Most coaches encourage you to dump the ball off before you reach 7 seconds. But if you have clear sky ahead of you and you don't really need to move, then you're good. But he shows why he has been an effective rusher as well as an effective passer this season. Kelling, like we talked about during the pregame show, in terms of rushing, averages about 93 rushing yards per game to go along with 13 touchdowns. So he does an excellent job navigating the field and finding that open grass and running for touchdowns.
That 35-yard play is going to come back, I believe, by what I see here, I believe it's going to come back, and it does. They're marking the ball back at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, most times when you see the ball go that far back, that's not a kind of penalty you want to be seeing.
So
Because that's about 15 yards. That's the initial line of scrimmage plus 5. So it's not a hold. That kind of takes it out of there. So we're looking at some form of personal foul more than likely as the official takes center stage. He prepares to make his call.
3:16 left to play here in the first quarter. 14-0 Cedar with the lead. We'll have some scores from around the state for you once again. Not as many games tonight. Some were played last night. I think some were played on Wednesday night as well, correct?
That they were, Sonny. We had Juab North St. Pete last night, so a complete slate of games for just across the state of Utah, Sonny, as it has been just a complete time.
15 yards to stop the foul. Replay, first down.
And that is done being helped off the field by one of the coaches. That's a major hit to the offensive attack of the Dinos as he exits the game draped around the shoulders of a coach. But touchdown negated. The Dinos have a chance now to try and make something happen defensively.
Blindside block moves the football back to the 46-yard line of Carbon. First down, 21 yards to go. Shotgun formation for Kelling. He'll give it off to the running back, DeMille, and he'll get across the 40 down to the 35-yard line, and he gets, 10 or 11 of it back. So it'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, it gets back to the original set of sticks. No longer a country mile to go for the Cedar City Reds. The rushing attack just firing on all cylinders today. Not much doing when it comes to passing the ball, but again, they haven't really had to break out that aspect of the game.
Everything coming between the hash marks so far for the Reds. Second down 10. Fakes the handoff and wants to throw. Throws down the sidelines left side. Caught. Is it inbounds? It is. Nice catch out on the left flat. Just inbounds is Crowley with the catch and move the chains in a first down.
Doing an excellent job toe tapping along the sideline. That's a tough catch to make. You have contact coming, you have pressure coming, but you have to keep those feet planted inbounds, and he does just that to move the chains forward. And they just continue to march down the field, Sonny. A very potent offensive drive. Looked like they were going to face a tall task when they were looking at 2nd and 25, but converted it in just 2 plays.
Shotgun formation, first down for the Red. Handoff. Around the left side, it's DeMille, and he's brought down. Nice tackle that time by Sandoval for the Dinos at the 20-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the play. We'll call it maybe 4. Let's see. We'll give it a long 3, second down.
It was an option play on that go-around, Sonny. They're waiting to see what J.J. Rudin was going to do before Kelling, very smartly, may I add, decided to hand that ball off. If not, would have been ran right into the waiting arms of Rudin and brought down for a loss. But the read option does its job, and they pick up a few on the play.
Trips go to the far side. Ball sits near hash mark. Cedar going right to left on your dial. Shotgun formation for Kelling. Man in motion goes into the slot out of the backfield. He stands by himself now. Kelling wants to throw. Looks right between the hash marks, incomplete. Ball was intended over the middle to Brevin Williams. Falls to the ground. Good coverage that time by the Dinos. Falls to the ground, incomplete. Third down for Cedar with a minute 45 left first quarter, leading 14-0.
And Crespin draped over him like a blanket, Sonny, like stink on a skunk. He was not going away. Brings the ball back down to earth for no gain. That's what makes him one of my favorite cornerbacks to watch in 3A.
In the red zone, ball sits on the 19th, third down, and 6-4 Cedar. Once again, near hash mark, 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Running back stands on the right. Man in motion going away from us is Crowley. Goes to the right side. The throw goes to him out in the flat, the little screen pass. Caught, first down and more. Inside the 15, down to the 10. Close to the 5, and a first down for Cedar.
And that little jet screen pass has been so effective for Cedar because they're not overly relying on it. When you look at a screen pass, lots of times teams are going to use it. One too many times teams are going to start sniffing it out, send an extra defender, get a linebacker ready to make a play in that flat, maybe switch to more of a zone look. But Cedar runs it sparingly and as such able to take advantage of the benefit it brings.
Shotgun formation once again for Kelling. Ball sitting on the 7-yard line, first and goal. Looks left, looks right, stands in the pocket, has a lot of time, now runs out of it, walks into the end zone for the touchdown. Kelling from 7 yards out, and it's a 20-0 Cedar lead.
Well, a bit delayed now, Sonny, but Kelling was eventually able to rush into the end zone, had the big 35-yard run originally in this drive that was negated due to a blindside block, but now able to waltz his way into the promised land across the goal line for another Cedar score, 20-0, 21 pending the extra point.
So we sit 20. Extra point by Stevenson. Ball be spot down at the 10-yard line. There's the snap, the hold by Williams. The kick is up. The kick is good. 1:05 left to play in the first quarter. It's Cedar 21 and the Carbon Dinos nothing. When we come back, Dinos get the ball for the third time.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Football on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino Football 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. There's the kick. Picked up by the Dinos on the far side at the 20, across the 20 to the 25, and that's where the Dinos will start this offensive possession, 1st and 10. Under a minute left to play in the first quarter, and Cedar leads 21-0.
Again, Crespin on the return that go around, Sonny. He's kind of become the go-to in the stead of the injured Jordan Nichols, able to fill in that slot. It's a very plug and play system when it comes to kick returning. You want your fastest guys on the field back there, and right now Crespin showing off bursts of speed.
First down 10 for the Dinos. They come to the line of scrimmage. Rigby, the quarterback. Maurer stands behind him in the backfield. 2 receivers both sides. Ball sits far hash mark. Dino goes left to right. Rigby hands it off to Maurer. Maurer has nowhere to go. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Nice defensive play by Cedar, led by Ramos, the defensive tackle. The senior makes the stop, and it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Now, originally trying to run that halfback inside zone to the right, Maurer correctly identifies that there is no room to run through the gaps, tries to find a cutback lane, unable to do so as the backside of the offensive line collapses and brings him to the ground for a 1-yard loss.
2nd down, we'll call it 11 for the Dinos. Shotgun formation once again. Rigby throws, left side, caught by Crespin, breaks a couple of tackles, stays alive, gets it up to the 30-yard line, and picks up 6, and that was a nice play by Crespin. He made the catch, was hit, broke 1 tackle, hit, broke another tackle, and picks up 6 yards on the play, so it's going to make it 3rd down for the Dinos. 3rd and 5, it's a manage.
Yeah, that, and as the quarter comes to an end, Crespin does a good job on the little curl route, finding his space along the left sideline, waiting for the ball to be delivered to his waiting arms. Once he gets it, able to break 1 tackle, charge forward. That's what you want to see a wide receiver do on a curl set like that.
So we have a quarter in the books here at Cedar High, and Cedar leads the Dinos 21-0 when we come back here on Carbon Dino Football.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Welcome back. A quarter in the books here at Cedar High, and the Dinos trailing 21-0. They have the ball. 3rd down and 5. The ball sitting on their own 30-yard line. Sonny Buscarini, Aiden Morganson, Dave Hoganson on the camera tonight here at Cedar. Sit back, relax, enjoy Carbon Dino football here on Castle Country Radio. Here's the handoff coming to the left side for the Dinos. Ball comes out, but it's called dead at the 31-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 4 for the ball carrier for the Dinos, Ricky Sandoval. So it's going to be 4th and 4 for the Dinos. What do you do here, Aiden? You go for it, down 21-0?
Yeah, you need to, Sonny. You're at a point of the game where you still have time to try and mount a comeback attempt. You got to go for it. Every opportunity you're given, every territory is 4-down territory. But looks like my philosophy is a little bit different than the coaching staffs as they break out the punting unit.
Sandoval will kick the ball away for the Dinos. Ball sitting on the 31. Carbon getting the right personnel on the field for the punt. About ready to go here. Long snap count. Good snap. Sandoval with a good kick. Spiral kick goes to the 35-yard line. Across the 35-40. Here comes Cedar the other way. In 50. In the 45-yard line. Breaks one tackle. Down to the 41-yard line goes Williams. And they will be on the Dinos side of the field to start this drive up 21-0 with 10:50 left to play here in the second quarter.
And best field position to start a drive for Cedar all night long, finally starting within Dino territory, being able to break it in on that punt return. After a very interesting decision on the first punt, Cedar has really came down and locked down their special teams unit play as well.
1st down 10. Ball sits near hash mark. Left to right goes Cedar. 2 receivers, both sides. There's the snap. Handoff goes to DeMille up the middle, across the 40, 35. Breaks a tackle to the 30. 1st down and more down to the 28-yard line. Finally brought down there by the Dinos. Rudin up to make the stop, but not before a 1st down.
And flags are flying, Sonny. We're seeing some extracurricular activities on the field initiated by the Cedar Reds. Just not letting the Dinos get up after the whistle, shoving them back down to the earth. An official sees that, Sonny. They're not going to be too fond of that action. And as a result, ball more than likely moving backwards.
We'll go down to the referee. Get the call.
Illegal block, number 66 to the offense. 10 yards to spot the foul. 1st down.
2 penalties for 25 yards for Cedar, 2 for 10. For the Carbon Dinos, move that ball back. It will move back to the Carbon 39.
And that sets them back just a little bit to the original starting position of this drive, maybe 1 yard forward. But you got to know when you got to lay off the block, and in that case, they didn't, resulting in the 10-yard penalty.
So it's 1st and 7 after the penalty, being a spot penalty for Cedar near hash mark. Trips go to the far side. Shotgun for Kelling. DeMille in the backfield, stands to his left. Kelling wants to throw, steps up in the pocket, down the left sidelines, has a man open. Does he get it there? He does. It's caught down at the 5-yard line. Nice play by Crowley down the sidelines to make the catch, and a 1st down and goal for Cedar.
Making an initial double move, he was able to get past junior cornerback Dominic Fox with a little burst of speed following a move to the left. Gets upfield, makes the catch in stride, but brought down before crossing the goal line.
Nice pitch and catch down the sidelines for Cedar, 1st and goal. 9:58 left to play, second quarter, 21-0, trying to add to that. Shotgun formation for Kelling. DeMille in the backfield, man in motion, goes away from us, Crane. Kelling wants to throw. Out in the flat. Incomplete. Did he catch it? He did. I thought it went through his hands, but Crane makes the catch for the touchdown, to make it 27-0. I thought it went through his hands for a second.
It looked like it did, but Crane, steady as a surgeon, snatches it out of the air, brings it down in the left corner of the end zone. Definitely did look like it could have fallen out, but able to corral it back in at the last second. As Cedar tacks another 6 on the board.
Hard to see in that far corner. On now to attempt the extra point is Stevenson with a 27-0 lead, trying to add to that. One more point. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. The kick is good. 9:43 left to play in the first half. Cedar 28, the Dinos nothing. When we come back, Dinos get the ball back. Don't go anywhere. This is Carbon Dino football on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. Also, you can explain to the listeners where you can watch our broadcast as well.
Yeah, we have these games available live and in color, both live and on demand. If you miss out a game, we have an archive available over on our YouTube page, Castle Country Radio Carbon, as well as on the KSL Sports app when the games are being broadcast live. But if you missed out on any Dinos action this season, you can go back, rewatch them all in full. I'm probably going to be spending my Saturday binge watching the entire season to get ready for postseason play. A lot of good football played early on by the Dinos, and a lot you can learn from in these later games as Carbon prepares for playoff action next week.
So the Dinos will get the ball. Timothy back to receive the kick as he's the right side. Crespin on the near side for the Dinos, and we're ready to go here. Stevenson with the kick. Line drive kick. Hits at the 10-yard line, goes out of bounds again. That's twice that the kick has gone out of bounds. The Dinos get good field position once again at the 35-yard line, trailing 28-0.
So the Dinos get a good starting position out of that penalty flag, one of the rare ones that results in a gain of over 15. Typically, that's the largest amount you're going to be seeing, but when it comes to something like a kickoff penalty, they really don't mess around.
So the Dinos want to take it, so they'll get the ball to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. 9:43 left to play, trailing 28-0. Dinos got to get something going here, break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers both side near hash mark for the Dinos. Rigby wants to throw. Throws right side, overthrew his intended receiver. He had somebody out there, was home, but he overthrew him, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Dinos.
And Weston Home had a breakout game against Richfield early this season, led the team in receiving yards, put on a show down the stretch of that contest. Today, they're turning back to him as an injury-depleted lineup. It looks to a lot of underclassmen to keep this season rolling along.
So we have 2nd and 10 for the Dinos. Cedar showing that 4-2-5 defense. Shotgun formation for Carbon. Rigby wants to throw again. Steps up in the pocket. Rushed out. In trouble. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and brought down. No gain. Be 3rd and 10. A nice defensive play that time coming up to make that play for the Cedar Reds. It was Caleb Brinkerhoff. And so it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Brinkerhoff does a good job. He's playing contain initially, making sure that Rigby does not roll out along that right side, but identifies that he's moving up in the pocket, ready to break forward through the open gap, correctly sheds his block, goes down, and makes the tackle at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Clock running with 9:02 and 28-0 Cedar lead. Dinos with the ball, 3rd down. 3rd and 10, shotgun once again for Rigby. 2 receivers both sides. Ball sits near hash mark. Wants to throw. Steps up between the hash marks. Intercepted at the 50, 45, 40. Down the sidelines. 30, 25, 20, 15. Makes a move to the 10. Down inside the 5 and brought down is Keaton Cox. And a great return and a 1st and goal for Cedar after the interception.
And Cedar did an interesting thing there when they were bringing initial pressure to the quarterback. They lined 2 linebackers up in the A gaps on either side, but one shoots in on it, the other goes around, finds himself more along the 5. Outside of the right tackle, rushes in, forcing Rigby to make an under pressure decision. And the holding call brings back that penalty from the 2-yard line, and with holding being a spot foul, that sets him back to the 35. So a major gain negated by a hold, something that we see very frequently.
So it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, but it's really more than that because they were down on the 4-yard line after the return. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Cedar. Ball sitting on the Carbon 35-yard line, up 28-0, 8:35 left to play first half. Kelling the quarterback. DeMille stands behind him. Fakes to him. He'll roll left. Wants to throw. Throws between the hash marks. Has a man open. It's Martin. Down to the 15. Fights his way down to the 10-yard line. Moves the chains in a 1st down.
And that was a good job running the slant route by Brent Martin, able to navigate perfectly. A little rub concept on the slant route leaves Trace Crespin a step behind as he tries to scramble to go the opposite direction, resulting in a big gain. But credit to Crespin, he was able to go down and chase him down to stop what could have been a touchdown, but in the process loses his helmet, now must sit on the sideline for a play.
So ball sits far hash mark, trips come to the near side, the open side of the field. Shotgun formation for Kelling. Dino showing blitz, now black off. Handoff, fake to DeMille, throws over the middle, slant pattern, caught for the touchdown, Dylan Crowley.
And you have the tight end run the quick out, your wide receiver in Crowley being able to run the short slant into the end zone. They go for another Cedar City score, up 34-0 now with 7:48 left to go in quarter number 2. Pending the extra points, Sonny, we could see ourselves with a running clock situation to start half number 2.
7:48 left to play, 34-0. Stevenson will attempt the extra point. Snap, set down, the kick is up, the kick is good. 7:48 left to play in the first half. It's Cedar 35 and the Carbon Dinos nothing. Dinos get the ball when we come back right here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Football on The Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back. Thank you all the listeners here on 95.3 The Peak and everybody watching tonight here at Castle Country Radio. 35-0 the score. Cedar with the lead and showing everybody why they are number one, Aiden.
That they are. They put on a dominant performance in the first half.
Kick to the 10-yard line goes Timothy across the 10, 20. Finds a little gap for a second, closes quickly, and the Dinos will start 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line with 7:41 left to play here in the first half.
And when Timothy gets the ball in his hands, he does a good job placing it on the back of a lineman or whoever's blocking in front of him on a kick return, using them as a bit of a shield, feeling them out, seeing which way they go. That way he can either cut opposite based on the lane or follow them forward and plow for an extra few yards.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Dinos. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers both sides. Ball sits near hash mark. Rigby fakes the handoff. Stands in the pocket. Throws. Almost intercepted out in the flat. That time by Twitchell. And if he makes that catch, he's gone. Falls to the ground. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and we're getting word from the sideline, Sonny, that Dunn will be out the rest of the game with a concussion protocol, following that blindside block by the Reds on the touchdown that got called back. As the Dinos still in the huddle, finally breaking it and getting to the line.
So we got 2nd down for the Dinos and 10. 7:36 left to play first half. Shotgun formation for Rigby. Handoff goes up the middle. This is Maurer. Fights his way for a hard run up to the 28-yard line. Pickup of 3 or 4 on the play. That's a nice run. 3rd down for the Dinos.
Yeah, no, you just need to keep that ball moving forward, Sonny. That's what matters. One step after another, 1 foot in front of the other, and that's how you learn how to walk and eventually move those chains forward. The Dinos not giving up.
Seven minutes left to play. Clock running. Trips go to the far side. Shotgun for Rigby. Maurer stands on the right side. Rigby looks out to the right, now throws downfield, down the sidelines, double teamed up there. Crespin makes a great effort to go up and try to get the ball. Falls to the ground, incomplete. He was double teamed, but a great effort to try to make the catch. It'll be 4th down.
I thought he was going to come up with that
I did
one,
too.
Sonny. That was an athletic move, high points the ball, but the double team pressure does just enough to force the drop out of him. Crespin's been playing a spectacular game so far, Sonny. Only one time where he's been beaten defensively, and that was due to having to rub off another Carbon defender. But on that one, just unable to come up with it despite what could have been a very spectacular, flashy catch.
Sandoval will kick. It's a high snap. He controls it. Line drive kick goes to Williams. Picks it up at the 35 and then steps out of bounds. And Cedar will start there from the 35-yard line. Let's talk a little bit about Castle Country Radio and what we got going on KOAL, our sister station, 107.3 FM, 750 AM. Tomorrow night we will have the Emory Spartan game. Jordan Buscarini, Travis Anderson will be there for that.
And tonight we have Thursday night football going on, running concurrently. So when this game ends, you can go and check out that contest. Saturday, University of Utah, BYU, Holy War action, Sonny. One of my favorite rivalries across the NCAA.
We'll talk about that in a second. Shotgun formation for Kelling. Hands it off to DeMille once again. Running room across the 40, 45, 1st down. Picks up 11. Move the chains and a 1st down. Yes, it will be Utah and BYU on KOAL Saturday night. Kickoff 6 o'clock. You got your great pregame show. So a great evening of college football on KOAL on Saturday.
Sunday back to the NFL with the Raiders. So lots of sports to be enjoyed as DeMille, I think he's averaging about 12 yards per carry this game. He's been dominant for Cedar.
Shotgun formation, handoff goes up the middle. He'll carry it again across the 50. Fights his way down to the 45-yard line. A tough run. Pickup of 9. 2nd down.
And you got to love the effort on that play, Sonny, by the defensive lineman. As he wraps up his leg, Blake Paul grabs it, and he's not letting go. He's getting dragged around like a little sibling, but he just refuses to be kicked off as he helps halt the forward momentum of DeMille and bring him back down to the ground.
Shotgun formation, man in motion comes towards us. Handoff goes up the middle. Running room across the 35 down to the 32-yard line as we have a new quarterback in the game for Cedar, Colt Kelling.
And that was a big, powerful hit by Timothy to bring down the back, but not before they're able to penetrate into the secondary yet again and keep the ball moving forward. More substitutions coming onto the field, Sonny. A lot of those starters here on senior night are going to be swapping in and out, giving some more of those seniors. Because we looked pregame, looks to be about 20 Cedar Red seniors, a very stacked class. And that's contributed to them being able to claim that number 1 spot in the RPI.
Colt Kelling, the quarterback, he's a sophomore. Into the ball game now for the Reds. Shotgun formation. Handoff. Goes around the left side. Nice defensive play that time by the Dinos. It's Maurer making the stop back at the 34-yard line and a loss on the play as Owen Burton, the ball carrier, gets caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's talk about Maurer's progression throughout the season, Sonny. He has grown leaps and bounds as a player, not just defensively, but his punting skills have grown exponentially from when he first took the field in the special teams capacity. One of my favorite players to watch, and he just continues to get better each day.
Shotgun formation once again for Kelling. Colt wants to throw, throws out in the flat right side, caught and dropped again for a loss on the play. Another nice defensive play by Carbon. Timothy coming up to make the stop back at the 35. It's going to be a loss of maybe 2 on the play. Making that catch was Gavin DeMille. It's going to be 3rd and long.
And like we said, Tager does just a little bit of everything, Sonny. He flies all over the place and brings you down. He's got a lot of strength behind his hits, too. And because of that, he's able to be a marquee player for the Dinos.
Shotgun formation for Kelling. Man in motion. Now goes to the right side of Kelling. Give it to the running back that went in motion across the 30 to the 25, down to the 20, enough to move the chains on the 1st down for Daxton DeMille.
Daxton DeMille, the senior, getting some playing time here in the running back slot, plows it forward after breaking a tackle. That's been a statistic that the Reds have excelled in throughout the evening, is yards after contact. They're racking up the yak as they continue to just march downfield.
First down, the ball sitting on the 20 in the red zone once again for the Reds.
And despite some adjustments and some great defensive plays by the Dinos, Cedar just seems unstoppable when they have the ball in their hands.
Colt Kelling, the sophomore, doing a good job since he came into the ballgame. Shotgun formation, trips go to the left side. He looks to the right side, coming out of the backfield, a little screen pass. Ball caught at the 10, 5, and a touchdown for Daxton DeMille.
Daxton does a good job. That ball thrown a little bit higher than you'd anticipate on a screen pass. Has to jump up, elevate to bring it back down. But his line does a good job clearing the way downfield. And because of that, able to march into the end zone with minimal effort as they make it a 41-0 ball game. 2:35 left to go here in the first half. Live from Cedar High School in beautiful Cedar City, Utah. The sun sets, but the mountains that really set the backdrop for this field, Sonny, they're breathtaking.
Yeah. Stevenson's extra point is up, and it is good. 2:35 left to play first half. It's Cedar 42 and the Carbon Dinos nothing. We'll talk a little bit more about what's coming on our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. We talked about Emory on Friday night, Utah BYU on Saturday night, and then on Sunday afternoon, it will be the Raiders against the Chiefs. That kickoff is 11 o'clock, pregame show before that as well.
Yeah, just a packed slate, Sonny. And looking at some scores from around the state, we've mentioned North St. Pete coming away with the upset over the number 3 team in 3A JUAP, 30-16 yesterday. So not just a close win, a dominant win by the Hawks, playing their best football at the right time. At the end of one, a game we're interested in, Richfield up 7-0 over Juan Diego. Manti up 21-0 over Canyon View. And again, our score at Cedar High sits at 42-0 in favor of the home team, the Cedar Reds.
So the Dinos get the ball back here with 2:35 left to play.
And looks like that Richfield score has updated a little bit, 10-7 since the Wildcats.
There's the kick. End-over-end kick. Timothy comes over to get it at the 5. He's at the 10, 15-20. Hit at the 20, bounces off a couple of tackles, fights his way forward to the 27-yard line. Host of Reds in on the stop, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Dinos on the 27.
And Timothy drops the head a little bit on that one. You could hear the crack of the helmet from up here. Both players bounce back up like nothing happened, but it's always scary to see those helmet-to-helmet hits, especially with concussions kind of taking the forefront of the public attention when it comes to the sport of football.
So, 1st down, 10 for the Dinos. Clock stopped at 2:26. Shotgun formation for Rigby. Maurer stands on the left side. Ball sits near hash mark. Dinos go right to left. 2 receivers to the short side. Far side has 1 receiver, the man in motion. Fake to the man in motion. Well, actually, they tried to hand it to him, and it falls to the ground incomplete. A fumble, excuse me. And it will be Dino football on the 24-yard line. It was a fumble.
And that was Weston Home dropping the fumble. That's why you've seen a lot of teams alternate away from a traditional jet sweep to a jet touch pass. They make the snap to the quarterback as the man in motion's passing through. More of chest pass it as you would in basketball to that receiver. That way, if a fumble is to occur, instead it's an incomplete pass. It's a bit of a double-edged sword, though, because I think that's a cheap way for quarterbacks to rack up yards.
2nd down. We'll call it 12 for the Dinos. Call it 13. Shotgun formation. Maurer stands right side. 2 receivers both sides for the Dinos. Rigby wants to throw. Quick throw out to Crespin in the flat. The ball is caught. Pops loose. Scramble forward on the ground. That was a catch. The Dinos get it back.
I don't know how Crespin came up with that.
I don't either.
That's genuinely impressive. He had one arm out of the pile, one arm in, and he walks up with the ball tucked like nothing happened. But unfortunately, that negates the gain on the play and sets him back up at the original line of scrimmage.
3rd down 11 for the Dinos. 1:13 left to play. Clock runs.
That just great awareness by Crespin, though, to go down and scoop up that ball after the fumble popped out. Again, he's running an excellent curl route and trying to break the two defenders flying his way. If he's able to do it successfully, he'd be able to pick up about 8 more yards before running into any opposition.
Shotgun formation. Timothy goes in motion to the right side. Trips now to the right side. Rigby throws that way to Timothy, incomplete.
And Timothy does a good job coming back to try and come up with the catch, but ball poked out at the last second by a just relentless Cedar secondary. Falls harmlessly to the ground, brings up 4th and 10 for the Dinos with 37 seconds left here in quarter number 4. I think on this one, Sonny, you do punt the ball away. Yep. Knowing Cedar, they're going to try and tack a few more points on the board before the half ends. You want to make it a tall task.
Ball's sitting on the 25-yard line. There's the snap. Kick by Sandoval. Spinning kick to the 45, 50. 45, 40 goes Cedar. Down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line, and a 1st and 10. For Cedar, they will start there.
And Cedar's return team does a very good job in building a wall around the return man and advancing it forward. You rarely see it where it's just an isolation situation with the punt returner trying to navigate up and down the field. Just an excellent job by Cedar when it comes to execution on the special teams side of things.
Great night for football, Aiden. It's a beautiful night.
That it is.
Turned out to be great. You got the lit up sea on the mountain right there in front of us. Just a great night for high school football here at Cedar City.
Yeah, snow in Cedar earlier today had me worried, but cleared up just in time.
It did. Shotgun formation, handoff up the middle. Ball carrier this time is Daxton DeMille, and he'll pick up about 5 on the play, 2nd down.
And looks like Cedar is going to be content to just let that clock run down as they return to the sideline, and the team leaves in a hurry, returning to the locker room for the halftime break. The Dinos linger, but now, as the clock ticks down within 3, both teams go into the halftime break.
So it's halftime here at Cedar High School, and it's Cedar 42, and the Carbon Dinos nothing. When we come back, we will have the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
We're not going out on a limb when we say,
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen. Fantastic food, fun atmosphere. Known for their made-from-scratch pizzas, Juniper has the very best pastas, burgers, salads, wraps, hoagies, paninis, appetizers, loaded sodas, desserts, vegan and vegetarian options. Dine in for lunch or dinner, Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 8. Saturdays, noon till 8. Order online at juniperkitchenutah.com with DoorDash delivery. Stop beating around the bush for a great meal.
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen and Price.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Welcome to the Carbon Dinos Halftime Report, brought to you by Castle Valley Orthodontics. Call 637-2222 and schedule your free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime.
Welcome back to Carbon Dino Football 95-3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play here at Cedar City tonight. 42-0 the score at the half in favor of Cedar High. Halftime show. The band, Cedar Band, is incredible.
Oh, they're doing a spectacular job. They just played for the cheerleaders as they perform their routine. No music over the loudspeaker. And Sonny, as a more traditional music listener, I know you appreciated that as well.
We'll take a look at scoring in the first half, and you just chime in as we go down the line. Aiden, I know you've been impressed with Cedar tonight, and rightly so, as Braxton DeMille, with 10:04 left to play in the first quarter, had a 20-yard run. Stevenson's extra point was good, and it was 7-0.
Yeah, and that was a quick show of what Cedar can do, only throwing the ball once in that entire drive, instead relying mainly on the legs of DeMille as they were able to march downfield.
Max Gines with a 5-yard TD run, with the extra point. Stevens being good as well, and it made it 14-0.
Yeah, and they were just kind of asserting themselves, and they were just doing an excellent job moving the ball downfield and keeping the plays going up until the whistle. You didn't see very many post-whistle plays. You saw a couple as the game got into its latter stages, but for the most part, a clean game by Cedar.
Quarterback Kelling with the 7-yard run with 1:05 left to play first quarter. Extra point by Stevenson was good, and at the end of the one, it was 21-0 in favor of Cedar.
And you know, the Dinos still had plenty of time to try and mount a comeback at that point. Only down 3 scores, and you can flip the script in quarter number 2, try and make something happen, but unfortunately, Sonny, that just wasn't the case.
Then in the second quarter, Crane with a 5-yard touchdown pass. He made the catch, the extra point good, 28-0.
Yeah, and that just continued their dominance. They started breaking out a little more of the air attack on this one. We started seeing what Kelling could do on scrambles, what makes him such an effective and prolific runner for Cedar, and he was able to really get that drive going.
Midway through the second quarter, Cowley with the 10-yard touchdown catch from Kelling. Extra point by Stevenson, good again, making it 35-0.
And it was a beautiful pass to the left corner of the end zone, painted it perfectly as they come up with the score.
Then Daxton DeMille with a 20-yard touchdown pass from Colt Kelling with 2:35 left to play in the first half. The extra point once again was good, and that's where we sit at the half. 21 in the first, 21 in the second, and it's a 42-0 Cedar lead.
Well, if nothing else, you can say they're consistent. 21 in each of the quarters. The Dinos need to come out with a bit of a renewed intensity heading into half number 2, and we saw that last week, Sonny, against Manti. They were able to turn it on into the second half and mount a little comeback for themselves, take themselves out of mercy rule range by bringing it within 21. Following in that contest, 42-21. Manti didn't score in the entirety of the second half, so the Dinos probably going to be looking to have a similar message in the locker room this halftime break.
Turnovers, neither team with one, so both teams taking care of the football. Penalty situation, Cedar with 5 penalties for 45 yards, the Dinos 2 for 10.
And, there were uncharacteristic penalties by the Dinos, and that's what's really surprising about them. You rarely see procedure called against Carbon, but that wasn't the case tonight, and it really threw me for a loop. But again, this is a long, daunting bus ride. We drove up in a nice Suburban. They have to ride in a school bus, and that's a little more cramped conditions, less air conditioning, and it's just a long ride in general. So that definitely plays into a far away game such as Cedar City.
Now the first down situation, Dinos looking for their first, and Cedar has 14. And the thing with the 14 first downs is they really haven't had any big plays. They are just very good at being patient. 10 yards, 12 yards, 8 yards, 5 yards, 10 yards, and they just move the ball down the field, and they finish drives.
Yeah, they've moved the ball very effectively, Sonny. DeMille, I believe, averaging close to about 10 to 11 yards per carry. But the thing that really separates them in that regard is it's not just a giant hole opening up and them being able to sprint through. No, they're fighting through contact. They're picking up 5 or 6 yards after the initial tackle attempt, and that does wonders for a team as they continue to just plow forward in this contest. They're a hard-running team.
Yeah, you made a good point. They play to the whistle. When contact is made, they're not done. They keep the legs moving. They play to the whistle. They get that extra yardage on every play.
And you talk to any coach, Sonny, especially on the offensive coordinator side, and especially for offensive linemen coaches, they are going to be thrilled to see that result. You keep firing until that whistle blows. Once you block your initial man, you're moving on to the next level. You're plowing downfield, and when the runner gets caught, you go into that rugby scrum, and you start pushing forward. And that's what Cedar's done oh so well throughout the course of this game, is they just don't stop until they hear that whistle.
42-0, the halftime score here at the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. Castle Country Radio, 95.3 The Peak. You can also get on our website and look at everything that we do on castlecountryradio.com.
Yeah, news, sports, local events. You can keep up to date with everything happening in the Castle Country on castlecountryradio.com and the Castle Country Radio app.
And Drive Time Sports from 4 to 5 on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM with Jordan Buscarini. Does an incredible job keeping you updated on all the things going on in the area, high school, USU Eastern, and then he does a great job with national. He gets incredible people on his show here in the small market area, and he gets incredible people to come on his show. He gets all the coaches to come on. It's just a great show to keep you updated on everything going on.
I liked when he had Bob Barker on. That's my personal favorite.
Well, he had Bob Barker. Bobby Bowden was on his show. Fran Tarkenton, Vander Holyfield. It's a great show. And then all the great local coaches that are in the area come on, and it's great to listen to them too, talk about the kids that they coach. Just a great show.
That it is, Sonny. And again, the score sits at 42-0 here in the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back more, it's Dino Football 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing services to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
Welcome to Emery and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emery and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center. Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Welcome to the Carbon Dinos Halftime Report, brought to you by Castle Valley Orthodontics. Call 637-2222 and schedule your free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime.
Welcome back to the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. Thank Castle Valley Orthodontics for sponsoring the halftime show, and all the sponsors that you see and hear in the ads. Support those sponsors that help bring you Carbon Dino Sports. We appreciate them very much.
Yeah, without them, we wouldn't be here, Sonny. So they do a tall task for
Yes.
us, and they do a big service to these kids on the field, because that's who this is all about in the end, Sonny.
Absolutely.
Those kids putting it all on the line. Big
It
shout
is.
out to them as well.
Yes,
As time dwindles in the halftime break, let's take a quick look at scores from around the state. We'll start first in Richfield, up 17-14 over Juan Diego. The Soaring Eagles looking to play spoiler to the Wildcats. Harriman up 42-0 over Cedar Valley. Hillcrest defeating Kearns currently 23-0. Skyline up 17-10 over Murray. Ridgeline up 20-0 over Bear River. Manti taking a commanding 28-2 lead over Canyon View. That game being played at Manti. South Summit up 38-0 over Providence Hall. The Beavers, the town which we drove through to get here, Sonny, up 48-6 over Enterprise. And Duchesne rounds out our slate of games here on a beautiful Thursday evening. 17-0, they lead North Summit.
Thank you, Aiden, for the scores around the state. You've been listening to the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. It's time for second half action. The Dinos will get the ball first. They won the toss deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half in their blue pants, white jerseys, blue numbers, white helmets, going left to right on your radio dial to start the third quarter. Cedar will kick the ball away with their all red uniforms and the gold numbers, gold helmets. We're ready for the start of the second half.
The jerseys look really nice. I mean, this is one of my favorite color schemes just in sports in general. I love the red on gold. Not a fan. I like the black on gold too, former Spartan and everything. But I guess it's the gold tinted helmets. They really just shine bright. I like seeing them reflect underneath those beautiful, in this case, Thursday night lights.
Yep. Dinos will get the ball first. Back to receive the kick once again is Timothy. He'll stand on the right side. Crespin on the left side. There's the kick. It goes through both return men and bounces into the end zone. The Dinos will get the ball first and 10 on the 20. They're lucky that went into the end zone, but it did. So first down and 10 for the Dinos starting on the 20.
That they are very fortunate indeed navigated no man's land between the two return men and into the end zone. So the Dinos with their worst starting position of the evening beginning at the 20-yard line.
First down and 10 for Carbon. We have started the second half. The clock will run. With the score being 42-0, Dinos with the football. Rigby, the quarterback, shotgun formation. Two receivers go to both sides. Maurer stands on the right side of Rigby. Man in motion coming towards us is Timothy. He gets the ball on that little jet sweep. Tries to get to the corner, can't. Good defense that time by Cedar coming up to close that play off. It's Keaton Cox, and it'll be a gain of maybe a yard, second down.
And as a defensive end and as a linebacker, your job on a jet sweep play is to force the man trying to hook you inside. You want to force him out, draw that play out as far as you can to the sideline, because either A, they're going to run out of room, or B, you're going to be able to bring them down in the backfield for a loss. Timothy able to return to about the original line of scrimmage before being forced out.
Two receivers, both sides shotgun formation. Once again, ball's handed off this time to Maurer. Tries to go over the left side of the offensive line. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Dinos.
And Maurer able to find some positive yardage for Carbon, though, picking him up about 2. And they'll give him 3 on the play as he advances the stick a little bit more forward. It's still 3rd and deep territory, but a little easier to navigate with the ball moved 4 yards forward.
So 3rd and 10 for the Dinos. 10-17 and running here in the third quarter, trailing 42-0. Cedar coming into tonight on the last RPI rankings that was released. They were number 1 in 3A, 9-0 all around, and 5-0 in region play. This is a good football team.
You can see why.
Oh yeah, Rigby wants to throw. Throws down the sidelines on the right side. Ball intended out there for Finch, and it falls to the ground, incomplete. 4th down for the Dinos. On the coverage that time was Maddox Harris. He was right there to make the play.
And Rigby, only a sophomore, stepping up into the varsity slot late in the season. He's done a good job so far, but you can definitely see some of that age showing through. He's making the right throw, and the throw looks good, but looking into double coverage, not necessarily something that's going to make for a stress-free night for an offensive coordinator.
Sandoval back to punt. Burgess back to receive the kick. Short kick, lands at the 50-yard line. Burgess is going to pick it up. Then he slips and falls right at the 50-yard line, and Cedar will start 1st and 10 right at midfield for their first offensive possession of the second half with 9:23 left to play and they lead 42-0.
Yeah, he just got snatched back down to earth by the turf monster, Sonny. Nowhere to run when he gets a hold of you. Stopped at the 50-yard line, so a midfield starting point as Cedar takes the field for another drive.
Yeah, it seems like the turf is really in good shape tonight for, they've got some rain and snow and stuff here lately, but seems like it looks beautiful.
That it is, Sonny, that it is.
Shotgun formation, man in motion, handoff goes up the middle. Across the 50 and Dino territory to the 45-yard line. The ball carrier is Burton. So it'll be 2nd down and 5.
And again, they just continue to play until they hear that whistle blow. Burton's legs don't stop churning. His linemen don't stop pushing until they hear the official say that's enough. And they get rewarded with pretty significant gains each play.
Maurer in on the stop for the Dinos. 2nd down and 5 for Cedar. Quarterback right now is Jackson Mann, 3rd quarterback of the ball game for Cedar. He is a junior. Shotgun, handoff, fakes it, keeps it himself, goes around the left side, gets to the corner, 32-yard line, knocked out by Sorensen, but not before 1st down for Cedar and move the chains.
That was a beautiful option keep by the young quarterback, able to successfully navigate the field as Mann sprints to the left side, a little off-tackle run on the option, gets another big gain and another big Cedar 1st down.
They've put substitution in, Aiden, and it doesn't seem like they miss a beat.
They don't.
This team is deep.
It's a well-oiled machine, and that's something that really is a difference maker come playoff time.
Man, the quarterback, trips to the right side. Handoff goes up the middle again. Running room across the 20 to the 15. Burton to the 10. Fights his way down inside the 5 and gets to the 3-yard line. Timothy comes up to make the stop at a big gain and a 1st and goal for Cedar.
And Burton does an excellent job on that, keeping his momentum going forward, but slowing down just enough to read where his blocks are going and where defenders are trying to shed them off. Carbon had a defender downfield being blocked by a Cedar receiver, and Burton was able to kind of pick left or right based on where the defense was shifting.
1st and goal on the 2. Shotgun formation once again for the quarterback Man. Burton stands on his left side. Man in motion. Fake to the man in motion. Give it off to the running back up the middle. Fighting his way. Nowhere to go that time. Good defense by the Dinos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders in on the stop for Carbon. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And we apologize for our viewing audiences for the red zone pole we see along the left side. Not too bad of obscuring our vision, but we definitely do apologize. But we didn't build the press box.
That's right.
They need to talk to people who are filming these things before they do, because then you wouldn't have strange poles sticking out of nowhere.
Here we go. It is 2nd down. 3rd down, excuse me. 2nd down. 2nd down. Ball sits on the 2. Handoff, fakes it. Quarterback keeps it over the right side. Touchdown for Man. That was a nice fake that time into the middle of the line. Kind of faked me out for a second. Faked out the defense too, because he just ran right around the corner for an easy touchdown.
The defensive line collapsed on who they thought the ball was handed off to. They go down and they really swarm it, but Man able to just yoink it out, run along the right side, find an open space, and waltz into the end zone. 48-0 climbs the advantage for Cedar.
6:24 left to play 3rd. And we come once again for the extra point. It's Stevenson. The snap. The hold, the kick is up. The kick is good. And he's zeroed in on those extra points. It's 49-0 Cedar. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, more Carbon Dino football. 95-3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Back to receive the kick for the Dinos. Crespin and Timothy. Stevenson with the kick. End over end kick. Timothy will fill it at the 5 to the 10. 15 gets across the 20. Goes left side. Gets across the 20 to the 22. Brought down there in 1st and 10 for the Dinos. They will start from there. Coming up to make the stop, McNett. The junior for Cedar City, first down and 10 for the Dinos.
And you got to give them credit. They've really strengthened up in the special teams units. Early on in the game, Carbon was getting pretty significant gains on kick returns, but now the special teams unit has really clamped down, doing a much better job in keeping the Dinos contained.
First down 10 for the Dinos. They come to the line of scrimmage in the shotgun formation once again for Rigby. 2 receivers, both sides. Maurer stands to his right. Dinos go left to right on your dial. Man in motion comes towards us. Handoff goes up the middle to Maurer. He's got some running room this time. Fights his way up to the 25-yard line. Pickup of 3. Second down and 7 for the Dinos.
And Maurer, since the injury of Dunn, has become the premier back for the Dinos, and he shows that he has the tools to continue to develop in that role. We see him on defense all the time making plays. We see him as a punter making excellent kicks. That's another area for him to develop, and at the rate he has been doing so in those other positions, Sonny, I think we have a bright future ahead of us for the junior back.
Second down, 7 for the Dinos. They break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage with 4:45 and running left to play third quarter. Sorensen and Finch come to the right side. 2 receivers to the far side. Shotgun formation for Rigby. Wants to throw in the pocket. Steps up, throws to Crespin between the hash marks and just overthrew his intended receiver. Nice coverage by Gavin DeMille. And it will be third down and 7 for the Dinos.
And that's what's really hard about having a quarterback change this late in the season, as the Dinos have had, because, you get used to how one quarterback's throwing. That route by Dunn was probably thrown about that deep. Crespin still used to that, but now trying to readjust to the younger Rigby.
It's a good point. Third down and 7 for the Dinos.
Thank you.
Shotgun formation for the Dinos. 2 receivers once again to both sides. Maurer stands on the right side of Rigby. Rigby wants to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Has time. Throws once again between the hash marks. Incomplete, intended for Crespin. Nice coverage that time on the play once again for Cedar. There on the coverage was Gavin DeMille, and it will be fourth down for the Dinos.
Oh, that's one you just got to hold on to, Sonny. The ball was perfectly placed by Rigby, who again does a good job navigating the pocket, not dropping back too far, stepping up and delivering the throw. Crespin just unfortunately unable to get a hold of it. That would have been a first down and then some had he done that.
Sandoval kicking the ball to Burgess. There's the kick. It's a line drive punt. Hits on the 50-yard line. Bounces to the 45. Burgess picks it up dangerously and gets up to the 48-yard line and a first down. That was a dangerous play to pick up that football to get 2 yards.
And they've been doing
It'll be first down.
They've been doing it all game, Sonny. I just don't get the rationale behind it. It's a dumb football play. You pick up the ball, you're risking a turnover. Most teams are going to capitalize on that. That's a bad habit to be getting yourself into right as playoff times roll around. I mean, you may be dominating right now, but when postseason play rolls around, Sonny, it's 0-0, and everyone has a score to settle.
Yep. First down and 10. Ball sits on their own 48-yard line. Trips come to the near side. The ball sits on a hash mark on the far side. Shotgun formation. They go right to left. Man in motion is DeMille. Now goes to the left side. He'll get the ball from the quarterback across the 50. 45-40. DeMille, 35. Breaks into the secondary to the 30 and brought down by Crespin. Not before a first down is made and move the chains for Cedar.
And Crespin saved that from a touchdown. There's no doubt in my mind. He was able to get the chase down, bring the back down before any more damage could be done. A major gain for the Cedar Reds, but one that luckily not fully what it could have been.
Most of their offense tonight has been between the hash marks, just right up the middle.
Yeah, and that's if you can get a team who can dominate in between the hash marks, that's perfect. You have great interior offensive line play, opening up holes for you to run through. That does wonders for your team.
Shotgun, 2 receivers, both sides, man in motion. Brinkerhoff, the handoff goes up the middle. It's the running back across the 25 to the 23-yard line. The ball carrier, Burton, and he's brought back.
Textbook single leg from the Dinos on that one, grabbing him and yanking him back down to earth. An excellent job by Carbon on the takedown.
William Hinckley making the play for the Carbon Dinos. We have a Cedar player down on the field with 2:05 left to play, and we'll take the timeout with them. It's 49-0 Cedar with the lead. They have the football when we come back.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. The injured player gets off on his own power. That's good to see. Referee says wind the clock. Minute 49 and running. Shotgun formation for Cedar. Second down and 2. Man in motion comes towards us. The handoff goes up the middle. The ball carrier is Daxton DeMille. He gets close to the first down. I believe he got it. Looks like where they're going to spot it, move the chains, in a first down.
I don't know, Sonny. I think that last tackle has brought a renewed sense of fire to this Dinos defense. They're playing with a lot more heart out there. Body language has shifted following that great takedown they had just 2 plays ago. Now, just looking like a more motivated team. That's always good to see, regardless what the scoreboard may say. A team that's not going to give up and continue to make plays. That's one that you got to be proud to be a coach of, as I know Coach Milovich is.
Ball sits just inside the 20 in the red zone for Cedar. Far hash mark. Trips come to the near side. Short side of the field has one receiver, one running back in the backfield. He'll get the ball. He'll come to the left side. The ball carrier gets across the 20 to the 18. That's good defense by the Dinos. Not much of a gain there on the play, maybe a yard. Second down for Daxton DeMille, the ball carrier.
And just a pile of humanity at the line of scrimmage. Sonny struggling to get through it, and who else making that initial contact but Daxton Maurer, doing an excellent job in getting into the pile and making his name known.
Rudin was in there as well, a host of others for the Dinos. Second down, we'll call it a long 9 for Cedar shotgun formation. Colt Kelling, the quarterback now. As they switch back and forth, the handoff goes up the middle. It's Daxton DeMille. He has running room across the 10, down to the 5, into the end zone for the touchdown. A 20-yard run for Daxton, and that makes it 55-0.
And the DeMilles have made their mark known on this game, Sonny. They've done an excellent job, all of them, running the ball, picking up yardage, staying calm, and finding their lanes, and they're rewarded time and time again with another touchdown as they climb all the way up. 55-0 sits the score, Sonny. Just dominance in all aspects of the word from the top team in 3A.
So 55-0. Stevenson will come on to attempt the extra point for Cedar to try to make it 56. This will end the third quarter. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And we have played 3 quarters of football here at Cedar High School, and it's 56-0. Cedar with the lead. When we come back, the Dinos get the football.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cache Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cache Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Football on The Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino Football. Playoff football will start after tonight. We will be wherever Carbon is at, Aiden.
That we will, Sonny. Right now looking either Richfield or Grantsville, but with ranking shakeups and lots of games to be played tomorrow, who knows where we could be, but we know north, south, west, east, we will be there.
We will be there. There's a return out to the 30-yard line. The return by Carbon is Caleb Sorensen. First down and 10 for the Dinos at the 31-yard line.
And they just do a good job. A better return for the Dinos this time, setting themselves up at that 31-yard line. Better field position we've seen them start than with their last 2 drives. Getting that going yet again. Again, it goes back to that renewed intensity we're seeing from the Dinos.
So the clock will run here at Cedar. football season going into season number 2. You know, we used to say there was 3 seasons. There was preseason, region play, and state playoffs. Now, you know, with the RPI rankings, there's really 2 seasons.
Yeah, you get regular season and you get postseason. But when postseason rolls around, Sonny, everyone 0-0.
Shotgun, give it off to Maurer. Nothing doing for the Cedar defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them there to make the stop. Loss of a yard. Second down and 11. I like the RPI rankings.
I do too. It makes it feel, like you said, like every game really matters. And that's not something that you really had when preseason was in effect. I had the chance to experience both of those 2 styles, Sonny, when region championships and region records determined playoff seeding. You had 2 teams who were like 2-8 getting home round playoff sites against teams who were 5-5. So I like how RPI has really balanced this out.
Shotgun formation for the Dinos. Second down and 11. 2 receivers both sides. They go to the right side. Incomplete. The ball was intended for Finch. He had it for a second, but a nice defensive play to come over to knock the ball away. Coming over to do that, Jace Jamison.
And it's something that comes with colder weather, Sonny. It gets harder and harder to maintain control of that ball. Your hands getting numb. You don't know if you haven't fully clasped onto it. So that's a problem that gets posed as that weather turns from that late summer heat into the fall cool breeze.
Well, NFL receivers have a hard time coming over the middle. That's not an easy place to catch football.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of a deadly place, too. That's where the biggest hits are to be had.
Third down 11 for the Dinos. Here comes that reverse play to Timothy. Is he going to get to the corner? He won't. Nice defensive play. Lost back to the 27-yard line. Making that play was Pulsfer, the senior defensive back.
And he had something going. He breaks the tackle, but gets tripped up by the turf, and it falls as a result of that. So a play that definitely could have gone a little bit better, but field conditions halted it.
Sandoval will punt the ball. He stands on his 15. Burgess is back to receive the punt at the 42-yard line. Good snap. Nice kick. High kick carries right to the 42-yard line and brought down immediately. And the Carbon Dino special team coverage tonight has been good.
Oh, it's been nothing short of spectacular, Sonny. They do an excellent job just swarming around the ball carrier, and when they try and make risky moves like letting it bounce once and grab it, the Dinos have made them pay time and time again.
Hinckley, Sorensen, 2 of the players there to make the stop on that punt return. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line. 9-12 and running left to play. Cedar City with the football going left to right near hash marks, trips to the far side. Handoff. Up the middle. Once again, it's DeMille. Daxton finds some running room, gets across the 47-yard line, pick up a 5. Going to mark him where? Going to mark him right at the 47-yard line. Got half of the 10, second down.
Yeah, and that's just the thing he does. Not as big of gains as his brother was having earlier on, but still pretty significant chunks of change, picking up about 5 to 6 yards per carry. Just hasn't been finding as much success trying to navigate after contact. He's been usually been brought down by that initial flurry of defenders.
He comes out. Owen Burton comes in. Shotgun. Trips come to the near side. Single to the far side. High snap controlled. Back in the backfield. Breaking 1 tackle, breaking 2 tackles. The quarterback man fights his way for a first down, and that was a heck of a run.
Yeah, no, that was genuinely impressive. Breaks not 1, but 2 sack attempts, nearly gets brought down, able to keep his feet churning, and as a result, he makes his way forward, but the yellow piece of fabric flies. Yeah. That's probably coming back.
Yeah, that great effort's going to be brought back. I'm pretty sure they're pointing Cedar's way, but that was a heck of a run by the quarterback man. He got hit back at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, no, that was a very, very impressive run, able to break the initial contact and keep marching. But again, Sonny, it comes down to something we've seen all season long. The Dinos just play a cleaner brand of football than other squads. Less holding calls, less personal fouls. They play a very clean and a very smart brand of football, and that's kind of been their calling card throughout the year.
6 penalties for Cedar for 55 yards tonight. The Dinos have 2 for 10. So it'll be second down and 12 for Cedar with 7:50 and running left to play. Trips go to the far side, left side. Single to the right side. Left to right they go. Man the quarterback. Hands it off. over the left side. Ball carriers Burton. Has running room. 45-40. Down the sidelines. 30. It's a foot race. 20, 15, 10, 5. He's knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line by Crespin. Coming over to make a great defensive play to stay with it and save a touchdown.
And that was just spectacular pursuit angle awareness by Crespin. He selects it beautifully, finds the angle, and yeah, looks like a piece of fabric has flown yet again at the line of scrimmage, Sonny.
And
that big play,
back.
more than likely, coming back.
Yeah. Flag sitting on the 42-yard line. Cedar is coming back. I'm afraid might get another hold again. We'll see. I'm not sure what the call is going to be. So a couple of penalties have definitely benefited the Dinos here in the last minute.
Holding. Offense. Number 62. 10 yards to stop the foul. Second down.
And the referee gives it to you. Yep, the verdict is holding. The jury went out for a second to deliberate, came back in with the verdict. Another big Cedar gain negated by a holding penalty. Coaches are going to be very upset about that, either at the official or at the player. I've never met a football coach who has been happy to have a play called back from holding.
Timeout on the field with 7:26 left. We'll take a quick one with them. It's 56-0 Cedar. Dino football, 95.3 The Peak. This is where you need to be. This is where the Dinos play.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a four-legged word.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino football. Quick screen out to the left side, over through the intended receiver, Daxton DeMille. So falls to the ground incomplete.
It goes soaring way over his head, unable to corral it. Rare miscue on the screen by Cedar.
3rd down and long. 3rd down and 19. 7 minutes left to play in the ball game. Cedar up 56-0. I'm pretty sure they were going to be the number 1 team at the end of the season here.
Yeah, we're probably not going to see any movement in the RPI. Just a very spectacular season by the Reds, dropping from the 4A classification down to 2A, and they were able, 4A to 3A. It's been a long night with a lot of numbers, Sonny, but they dropped down, and they've been able to find a lot of success this season.
In shotgun formation, wants to throw. Throws down the right sidelines, has a man wide open, nobody around him, it's caught. He can't keep his balance and falls to the ground. At the 20-yard line, it's Burgess making the catch. He had a touchdown if he could keep his feet, but he couldn't do it. Falls down, 1st down in the red zone once again for Cedar at the 20-yard line with 6:20 left to play.
Just couldn't find his footing, Sonny, and as a result, touchdown is not going to be scored on that play.
Well,
the field, especially on this right side, has been relentless when it comes to tripping players up.
Well, it was a great throw, but he's looking over the top of his shoulder, and sometimes you just kind of lose your...
Yeah, one of those plays you see a younger player tend to make.
Yeah, 1st down. Nice catch, nice throw. 1st down in the red zone. 5:53 and running left to play for the quarterback man. Shotgun. Man in motion goes away from us. Snap. Handoff goes up the middle. Daxton DeMille. He has running room. He'll score. Touchdown from 20 yards out. He goes in untouched to make it 62-0.
And you got to give credit to the offensive line on that one, Sonny. They were able to open up a hole big enough for a Mack truck to drive through, and a Mack truck does go through and into the end zone, making it a 62-0 score for the Dinos. Looking to make it 63 now is Cedar.
Extra point attempt. Stevenson. The snap, the set down. The kick is up. The kick is good. 5:15 left to play in the ball game, and it is a 63-0 Cedar lead.
Yeah, just dominant from Cedar, tacking up another touchdown on the board in the fourth quarter. Clock stopping for the touchdown, but we'll quickly be back in action pending the official signal. With 5 minutes left, Sonny, this second half has just flown by. Started at about 7:20. Here we are, 7:45. Only 5 minutes left to play in today's contest.
We will be wherever the Dinos are in the playoffs. We will be there. Not sure where it's going to happen yet, but keep informed to Castle Country Radio, Drive Time Sports. Jordan will keep you updated with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Let you know what's happening with Carbon Dino football. But wherever it is, Aiden, we're going to be there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the drive, Sonny. They could be 3 hours away. They could be 10 hours away. We will follow the Dinos north, south, east, west, wherever they may be, because these kids are putting in the effort, and so should we, because they really deserve this hard work.
There's the kick. Fielded at the 20. 25 across the 30. This is Sorensen's going to get to the corner. 35 out to the 37-yard line. Another good return for the Dinos, and they've had success on the kick return side for the Dinos, and it'll be first down and 10 at the 37-yard line with 4:36 left to play.
That they have. Sonny Sorensen has been doing an excellent job navigating upfield. This is the first time we've really had the opportunity to see him in this returner slot, so a welcome change as he just continues to bring the big yardage on those plays.
First down and 10 for the Dinos. They mark it at the 36. 4:19 and running. Dinos come to the line of scrimmage in the shotgun. Trips come to the near side. Single to the right side. The ball sits on the left hash mark, on the right hash mark, Shotgun formation, man in motion. Handoff on that little jet sweep. Goes to Sorensen. Nowhere to go. Tackled back at the 29-yard line. Big loss on the play. Nice defensive play coming up to make that. It's Luke McNett.
Yeah, no, he had that one sniffed out and blew it up behind the line of scrimmage, and just an excellent read by Cedar. Their defense, to their credit, just has not given the Dinos anything to work with.
Second down. Call it 17. Clock says 3:30 and running. Rigby gets the play. Dinos break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. 3:10 left to play. Clock runs. Dinos call timeout with 3:04 left to play. So second and long, we'll take it with them. It's 63-0 in favor of Cedar. Carbon Dino football, 95-3 the Peak, where the Dinos play.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
I'm Will Hinckley, number 66. I'm Cole Hinckley, number 72, and you're listening to 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino footballs. The ball goes to Timothy around the right side as that was a quick timeout.
That was, Sonny. They really just hustled them back onto the field, but the clock continues to run inside 3 minutes now as we continue into the final stages of tonight's contest. Carbon looking to break the goose egg. Fun fact for you, Sonny, this would only be the second time this season that the Dinos have been shut out. All their other previous contests, with the exception of the Delta game, they were able to find a way to put some points on the board. Now, over the next 2.5 minutes, they're going to be looking to do that.
Third down, 22 for the Dinos. Ball sitting on the 24-yard line. Shotgun formation, far hash marks. Dinos go right to left. Trips come to the near side. Rigby wants to throw. Throws to the near side. Almost intercepted. Chance for an interception that time for Cedar. Bencomo had a chance for the interception. The junior couldn't come up with it. It'll be 4th down for the Dinos.
Yeah, that fell right through his hands, Sonny. That was one you'd see in a Sports Center not top 10 moment. Right in the breadbasket was the ball placed, but unable to get a full grasp of it as the Dinos retake the field for 4th down.
Punting formation for the Dinos. It's Sandoval. End over end kick. 43-yard line to the 50, 45, 40, 35-yard line. The Burton with the return. I almost thought he called for a fair catch for a second.
It looked like he was in the process of doing, but decided at the last second not to. And it looks like the coaching staff is having similar feelings to you, Sonny. And as for you calling the shotgun or the punt formation, the shotgun formation, when you think about it, it's pretty much just an extended shotgun.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, no, I wanted to make you feel a little better. But yeah, no, it definitely looked like he was calling for the fair catch, and the coaching staff for the Dinos rightfully pretty upset that it was not called as such, as it turns into a big gain with 1.5 minutes left to go.
So they're in the victory formation, Cedar is, and they'll take a knee with 1:20 left to play.
You know, I like, too, how they immediately go down for the knee. I've been on my fair share of losing blowouts. And when the other quarterback decides to start playing games during the victory formation, it's never a good feeling. So props to them for just immediately taking the knee.
Gage Swenson, the quarterback now, quarterback number 4 on the night for Cedar City. We're under 1 minute left to play. Clock continues to run.
And waiting for the official signal before they go down into the ready.
Snap, take a knee, and that will do it. The final score tonight here at Cedar High School, the Cedar Red 63 and the Carbon Dinos nothing. When we come back, we will have the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Stay right here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Why can't I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
we're not going out on a limb when we say...
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen. Fantastic food, fun atmosphere. Known for their made-from-scratch pizzas, Juniper has the very best pastas, burgers, salads, wraps, hoagies, paninis, appetizers, loaded sodas, desserts, vegan and vegetarian options. Dine in for lunch or dinner, Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 8. Saturdays, noon till 8. Order online at juniperkitchenutah.com with DoorDash delivery. Stop beating around the bush for a great meal.
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen and Price.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Football on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Carbon Dino Football 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Carbon Dinos play. We've seen a good football team tonight with Cedar City. They just said this is the first time in school history that they've gone 10-0.
Yeah, and this isn't a school like Canyon View, Sunny, that was founded in 2002. This is a school that has been around for quite a bit of time, and now finally completing the perfect 10-0 season. 3A South champions, doing so in dominant fashion, coming away with the 63-0 win over the Carbon Dinos to close out the season here in Cedar City. And what else can you say? But they're number one for a reason.
But yeah, they have a right to be proud of their 10-0 record. This is a good football team. They're solid in everything. They definitely can kick the ball. They showed that. Every extra point was right down the heart. They can run the ball. They can throw the ball. Their defense is stifling. This is a good football team.
That it is, Sonny. When you can go a perfect 9 of 9 in the kicking game, especially on PATs, that takes a lot of stress away from head coaches, knowing that they have that consistent force and they know that they're going to consistently see 7 instead of 6 up on the board. Just a complete offense. They're dominant in every facet of that game. Offensive line play spectacular. Quarterback play naturally just dominant there as well. Running game, they have a plethora of receivers who can get the job done as well. From top to bottom, Sonny, this is a very good football team.
Yeah, in the second half, man had a 2-yard touchdown run with 6:24 left to play in the third quarter. The extra point was good, make it 49-0. Then Daxton DeMille comes in and has 2 20-yard runs in the third quarter for touchdowns, making it 56 and then 63 in the fourth quarter. We had no scoring, so the final score ends up 63-0. Cedar with the win over the Carbon Dinos. Now, the Dinos will play again. We don't know where, we don't know when, but
well,
we kind of know when.
We have an idea of when. It's going to be next Friday.
Yeah.
But RPI officially releases on Saturday. We'll know at 10 a.m. where the Dinos play. You'll be able to find that over on our social media pages. We'll have it on KRPX The Peak or the Drive Time Sports Facebook page. We'll also have the Emory Spartans postseason placement come Saturday morning. It's going to be fun to see where we're going. A lot of interesting results happening around the state of Utah. Grantsville, the Cowboys playing tomorrow against Union, so that one could cause some intrigue as they go along. But for the most part, what the Dinos are wanting to see is a Richfield win, and right now they have that in pretty good positioning. 10-15 left to go in the third quarter at Juan Diego as the Richfield leads 23-14 over the soaring Eagles. So definitely a game that if you are Carbon and head coach Nick Milovich, you want to see Richfield come away with the win, and you want to see an upset win over Grantsville tomorrow. Reshuffle those rankings a little bit, and you get that familiarity with Richfield. And that was a game we saw. They played very exceptional defensively. When you give up, when you fumble the opening kickoff and set the other team up on the 20-yard line, you don't expect good things to happen. But the Dinos were able to force the Wildcats on a scoreless drive, 4 straight plays, unable to do anything with the ball. And that's kind of why I think that's a favorable matchup for them as we look ahead to postseason play.
And like we always say, it's season 2 now. So It doesn't matter. You can start all over, and it doesn't matter what you've done. Now you got season 2, you got your tournament play. So
10-0 or 0-10, everyone is evened at the 0-0 mark come postseason play, and we've seen a few spectacular runs over the years. Who's to say the Dinos can't make such a run?
Now we got a lot of football coming up on Castle Country radio stations, on KOAL, our sister station, 107.3 FM, 750 AM. Tomorrow night we have Emory. Jordan and Travis will be there. The pregame show starts at 6:30, kickoff 7.
Yeah, and that's going to be a must-win game for the Spartans if they want to come away with a first-round bye and potentially a home field playoff. Right now looking like they're going to be traveling on the road to either Summit Academy or South Summit. 2 Summit schools completely different from each other. One, of course, being public, the other private. But South Summit, always a good football team. But a win tomorrow, also senior night for the Spartans. A home game to end the season in a season where they haven't played many. So it's going to be good to see the Spartans one more time at Spartan Field in the regular season.
You know, that 2A classification is interesting, isn't it?
That it is, Sonny. You see, I think 2A, when you look at it, is probably the most balanced classification, top to bottom. I think every team, you can make a case for why they are in 2A as you get into 3A, 4A. Lots of teams thinking, why are they here? Why are they here? You look at the Morgan Trojans, no shade to them, plenty of shade to them. I think they should be a 4A school. They'd probably compete in the 4A classification as well.
Yeah. So that is coming up tomorrow. And then on Saturday on KOAL at 6 p.m., we get the big game. Utah, ranked number 23 against 15th ranked BYU. 6 o'clock kickoff. The pregame show comes on before that. It's a great pregame show. So listen to KOAL on Saturday for the big game between BYU and Utah.
Yeah, if you're going to listen to any Utah game this season, Sonny, this is the one to do. Utah coming off a pretty heartbreaking and controversial loss last year to the Cougars at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Now looking to go into Lavelle Edwards and come away with a win. Steal BYU's undefeated record.
It's a big game in the state anyway, but you got them both ranked. It's a huge game tomorrow.
No, this is the first time, I believe, since the early 2000s, both of these teams are ranked at the same time as they prepare to face each other.
That will be on our sister station. Then Sunday, October 19th at 11 a.m., you have the Las Vegas Raiders against the Kansas City Chiefs. Kickoff is 11 o'clock. Once again, the pregame show comes on before, and it's a great pregame show. Listen to the pregame show. You will thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it gives you all the in-depth look. And I mean, you look at a game like the Raiders and the Chiefs, no matter how bad the Raiders are or how good the Chiefs are, it feels like that one always creates some fireworks.
You know, we got NASCAR on KOAL as well. We got Sports Byline with Ron Barr. It's a great show. We got Drive Time Sports with Jordan. Jordan has done a great job with Castle Country Radio promoting sports. It's the best.
That he has, Sonny. It felt like before he came along, there wasn't really much coverage in that realm, and he has completely reinvented the wheel when it comes to it. He has been a pioneer in the sportscasting field. Heck, Sonny, he's the reason I have a job.
He's the best in the area, that's for sure. So that's what we got going on KOAL, our sister station, coming up this weekend. 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play. That's why we say that, 95.3 The Peak.
Yeah,
Dinos fall short tonight, Aiden, but that's okay. We have Season 2 coming up next week.
Season 2, and like you said, Sonny, where the Dinos play, not just a saying, we're going to be with the Dinos wherever they play.
We will be. So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll finish out the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. Don't go anywhere.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emory, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
Carbon High School football on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Carbon Dinos end the season tonight. They battled with the Cedar Reds. They go 10-0 for the first time in their football history here at Cedar and defeat the Dinos tonight 63-0. Now, my group of people here with Aiden Mortensen. And Aiden, it's a pleasure to do the games with you, but you also do other things on 95.3 The Peak. Explain to the listeners what you do.
Yeah, I host an afternoon show here on 95.3 The Peak, as well as doing the local news, and you can hear that across all of Castle Country Radio's family of stations. Also host Castle Country Focus over on our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. You're going to get a chance to hear from figures both national, statewide, and local. We keep you up to date with everything happening right now, currently in the election scene, Sonny. Those elections right around the corner on November 4th.
Yep, and then we have Dave Hokinson on the camera. He does a great job on the camera. We appreciate him tonight. He's up on top. He's cold. We're sitting in here in a warm booth. He deserves a ton of credit. He also does other things too. He is the morning host on Kickin' Country.
Yeah, KARB 98.3 106.7 Kickin' Country. Big Dave in the morning. If you want some laughs and you want to stay entertained in the morning, definitely a show you want to tune into.
Just a great group here I work with. It's fun every Friday night, tonight, Thursday night, to cover the Dinos. And once again, the final score tonight, Dinos fall short to Cedar 63-0. Well, we will see you next week. We'll get you a time, as Aiden said. Tell the people again where they will be able to find a time and everything.
We will find out playoff matchups this Saturday at 10 a.m. as the UHSAA releases their official final RPI and gives us a look at the playoff brackets. We're going to have the post containing those over on our Facebook pages on Drive Time Sports and KRPX, the Peak on Facebook. So two ways to keep up with where you're going to see the Dinos playing next Friday night.
So we have some scores, and then we're going to call it an evening here on 95.3 The Peak.
We'll just kind of focus on the 3A, 2A side of things. Sunny Richfield up 23-0 or 23-14 over Juan Diego. As we said, that's a game of interest. Manti defeating the other Cedar team tonight, 38-10, entering the fourth quarter. And in 2A, South Summit, a dominant win there as well, as they are up 52-0 over Providence Hall.
So that's the scores from around the state. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight. We hope you enjoy listening to it as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Sonny Buscarini, Aiden Mortensen, Dave Hokinson on the camera. Once again, the final score tonight, 63-0 Cedar with the win. We will see you next week when playoff time begins. Have a great evening and go.